This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Entertainment Hour here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am your host, Dragon Viper, alongside my co-host, Chris P. Bacon. How you doing, Chris?
I am good. Glad to be back. Fun show today, and hope you guys enjoy.
Yep, and I know it's Saturday, not Friday, but you got sometimes busy weeks, and so we're doing the show tonight. So don't set your calendars back or anything else, like they say. We're doing it and we're live. So all right. As always, we'd like to here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network, we like to talk about the other shows that we have, interesting ones, sports, you name it. So we're all about entertainment all together. And Chris, go ahead and name those shows off.
Yeah, so normally Thursdays or Fridays we have Entertainment Hour. That's tonight. Monday we will have Between the Ropes, talking about Clash in Paris, which is tomorrow afternoon, or morning depending on where you're at. You got Wednesday, which is Primetime Blitz, talking NFL. It's week 1. You also have, I think, Tuesday, C2C Rankum, and I believe on Thursday it's going to be Bears Huddle with Big B. So.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And just pay attention to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network and set your settings on Facebook or YouTube, whatever you're watching this on, to notification. To be notified every time that we have a show going. So, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move on here, and we're gonna talk about the news. Entertainment news. There were a couple deaths, not big time names, but they were still in the entertainment business or entertainment world. We have H.A. Wheeler. He was 87 when he passed away, and born in 1938, passed away just a couple days ago. Because of his age, of course, passed away from natural causes, and he was a NASCAR promoter. So, rest in peace to him. And then we have Jerry Adler, 1929 to just a couple, I think it was last Saturday, so it was a day after our last show. He was 96 years old. He was in The Sopranos as Herman Hesh Rapkin. I've never watched The Sopranos, so I don't even know who that is. But and he did end up passing away in his sleep. So again, pretty much just natural causes due to his age. Do you have anything to say about either one? Do you know who they are or anything?
No, it's hard when you lose anybody, but going in your sleep, it's not good. It's not a good way to go, I guess. But anything's not good, so.
Well, I mean, to be quite honest, if I were to go, it probably would be in my sleep because that way, it's a peaceful way. And you're not in pain. You're not, having to deal with any of it. So, I mean, if I had to go, that's the way I would do it. And I didn't find really any other news in the entertainment world except for like politics, and I really don't want to get into politics on this show, and just other things just makes no sense. Um, there was one thing, and I don't want to talk about it, but I will bring up the headline stating that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift engaged. You had a feeling I was going to mention it. I can't stand it, but it is newsworthy. So I'm not going to talk more about it, but the announcement's out there. I don't really care, but maybe some of you out there like either one or both, but
get ready for the halftime show.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, no. Although Taylor Swift is the one that says she's the reason everybody's watching football, so.
Maybe her fans, yes, but
yeah,
in general, no.
But I did find something interesting for news real quick. Christopher Lloyd, who is, the Doc from Back to the Future, and I mean he's been in many movies. Him and his wife moved into this house in Santa Barbara back in 2017. They did remodeling, and now they're getting ready to move out and sell their house. Now, my question is, now this house is a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. There's a 1-bedroom guest suite with a living room and office on this property. This property has 2,880 square feet. Now, my question is, with that information given, would you happen to spend or want to spend $6.3 million?
No. No. I mean, for the bedrooms, probably, but that big of a house, no.
I mean, you don't have a gym, you don't have a basketball court like Shaq when he was selling his house. You don't have all this stuff. And they're trying to sell it for $6.3 million. I understand that they did remodeling. I understand that it looks better than when they moved in. I understand that it's almost 3,000 square feet, but
too pricey for me.
Yeah, it's definitely too pricey for me too. I definitely would not pay $6.3 million for that house. Unless there were oil or gold with it, no.
A couple of thousand or whatever. All right, but millions of dollars, no.
Okay, my question to you is, what do you think this house should be worth?
No matter where I go, it's going to be really low. It's not going to be in the millions.
I'm
going to say 15,000. I'm not into marketing for houses and all that. I really don't know.
Well, you're a really nice guy.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Well, I personally think it should be about 600 to 800,000. So I don't even think it should be $1 million. I mean, it sounds like a regular home. nothing really added to it, except, like I said, it was remodeled. But yeah, I don't know. I think I, I'll be surprised if Christopher Lloyd is actually able to sell this house for that much, because it's not even worth that much.
You get the right celebrity and connections and pocketbook, so to speak, and you can make any offer.
Yeah, I mean, you also have. I mean, I could see up to $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you'd have to want to add more and more things to the property if you're going to spend 6.3 million. So
A swimming pool, a yacht, I don't know.
a basketball court, a bowling alley,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
movie theater. Uh,
A
so
pool room, like a game room or a big game room. I don't.
yeah. So anyway, I wanted to bring that up. I didn't really have much more for news because, again, a lot of it right now is about politics, and I don't want to talk about it on here. So,
One
uh,
thing I do have, and I think it's kind of cool. You might like it. They're building more, but Netflix is having. It's not a pop up thing, but it's like I don't know, a store immersive thing where you play games and all that, and it's inspired by, um, I think, Squid Games and um, there's one Stranger Things.
oh wow, yeah, I
Yeah.
hadn't even heard of that.
Hmm.
So I'll have to try and check that out and
Yeah.
possibly see what's going on with that.
Hmm.
So yeah, thanks for mentioning that. That's
Yeah.
something to definitely look into. Um, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to where are they now? I chose Step Brothers because Sarah mentioned about wanting to do Will Ferrell, which we will deal with later. So the first movie that came to mind was Step Brothers. I love that movie, and yeah, well, I'll discuss about it later. So anyway, we're talking about Will Ferrell, and all these people I'm going to announce or talk about real quick, and it is real quick. Um, but all these guys are still acting, so that way I'm not have to say this person's still acting. This, uh, it's still kind of a new movie within the past 10 years, so everybody's still going to be acting at this point. Um, but you have Will Ferrell. Um, the things that people may not know about him after the movie was he co-founded the comedy platform called Funny or Die. He
I've seen their content
have you?
a long time ago, I think.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
Hmm.
Um, and he's also doing some producing on some movies. And for those that don't know, he was Brennan on Step Brothers. One of my favorites, John C. Riley, who played Dale. I really like him. I think he's funny. Anyway, he created the Showtime comedy series called Moonbase.
Never heard of
Uh,
that one.
again, never heard of it, but I guess it's supposed to be funny. Um, Mary Steenburgen, who plays the mom, Nancy. Here's something I didn't know about her. And I don't know if you know this guy or not, but the person she is actually married to is Ted Danson.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you knew who that was.
I know who Ted Danson is.
Yeah, that's something I did not know. She is actually married to Ted Danson. So, which people, if they don't really know, he's on Cheers. Big time, one of the big time names on Cheers. But yeah, Oh, and 3 Men and a Baby. But anyway, I thought that was some interesting information. But she is a songwriter and also a humanitarian. So she's definitely acting, but she's put herself out there doing other things as well. Then we have Richard Jenkins, who played Dr. Robert Dobeck, which was the dad. Um, and the only thing I had on him is the fact that he's still acting. So, and then the last one I have, Adam Scott, who played Derek, the brother of Brennan, Will Ferrell. He and his wife owns their own production company titled Getting Rad Productions, and it's actually based out of their own home. So I don't know if I would enjoy that, honestly. I mean, would you? Where you would produce and film movies in your own home?
No. I mean, it's not a movie, but we're kind of doing that. But we're not. It's not a movie.
Well, I'm more thinking about the fact that people that you don't know are acting in the movie. They're
Oh,
yeah, that's kind of where my mind went.
kind of
Uh,
like kind of like Impractical Jokers kind of thing, I
yeah.
guess.
So, yeah, I don't know if I would like that. If having my own production studio in the house, especially if they go and direct and have actors at their house and everything else, I don't know if I'd like that.
Let's ask Peyton Manning about that.
Yeah. All right. Here's some facts about the movie Step Brothers. Joaquin Phoenix, and for those that don't know, Joaquin Phoenix is River Phoenix's brother. He has been in several movies, but the one that comes to my mind is oh wow, now it blanked. Now I blanked. Um, anyway, the Johnny Cash movie. I'm spacing it. Walk the Line. Um, so anyway, Joaquin Phoenix admitted that he has watched this movie more than any other movie. So even the movies that he has been in, he watches Step Brothers more than any kind of movie out there. Which is, I mean, it's a good movie, but I don't know if I'd be watching it more than any other movie out there.
Right.
um, and then let's see. Now, I don't know if this would fly or not, but the director for Step Brothers, or the co-writer and director, he actually wanted this movie to be a drama. He
Yeah.
didn't want it to be comedy. He wanted an actual drama. Now, my question is, can you see this movie as a drama?
No. Well, I guess if you take Will Ferrell out, maybe. But
Well,
no.
yeah.
As is, no.
Yeah, I couldn't see this movie. I mean, Will Ferrell and John C. Riley. Um, I you'd have to take them out and put in a couple serious actors like Jim Carrey can be serious, and some other actor.
Jim Carrey can, I don't know, whatever the movie is, he can do.
They need to combine. They need to make a movie. Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler.
Hmm.
Yeah, everybody that's watching this, let's promote it. A movie with Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler.
There you go. That sounds interesting, actually.
You've seen it first here on Entertainment Hour on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network.
We want guest
Anyway.
roles since we created the idea.
Yep. Anyway, moving on. So, yeah, anyway. Yeah, I can't see it as a drama. It's definitely a comedy, especially with who's in it. Um, Now, here's the thing that I didn't know. So the sword that Brandon is showing to Dale, if you
Yeah.
remember that,
Mhm.
it's actually a replica of the sword that was seen on Highlander, the TV series back in '92. So I thought that was interesting because you have a movie that's well into the future from '92, you know, and they're using the actual replica of it.
You mean it wasn't inspired by Drew McIntyre?
No. No, not Drew McIntyre. No, Duncan MacLeod from Highlander.
Okay.
I love that show, by the way. Um, and then I didn't know about this either. The director of the movie, the co-writer and director, he was
Mhm.
actually one of the job interviewers when Brennan and Dale are going to look for jobs, and he's actually one of the interviewers.
Oh wow.
So I didn't actually know that one. Um,
Either.
Now here's another thing that I don't think a lot of people know or realize. So Richard Jenkins, who's the dad, um, and we talk, and people talk about it being a small world. This would be a small world incident. So Richard Jenkins, who was actually a linen truck driver, he delivered linen all over. I think it was in Minnesota, but yeah, he was delivering linen all over. His boss was actually John C. Riley's dad.
Huh.
So John C. Riley at the time was 6 years old. So he got to meet Richard Jenkins when Richard was young and John was young. So I thought it was kind of interesting that John C. Riley's dad was actually Richard's boss. And then on Step Brothers, Jenkins actually became the on screen dad to.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A small world incident right there. Um, and that's all I have for the facts about the movie. Um, yeah, so I mean, especially a couple of them I was interested in. I mean, how the world turns and how small world kind of thing. That I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Um, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to this day in entertainment history. Um, I thought some of these were a little interesting here. So you know who Tom Brokaw is, right?
I'm Tom Brokaw. Yeah, I do. I do.
So in 1976, on this day, he actually started as a news anchor for NBC's The Today Show.
Right. I remember more of him as like the evening news, and then I think
Yeah,
the New Year.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was the evening news, but actually got his start as a news anchor for the Today Show.
Huh.
So I thought that was interesting. 1983, Elizabeth R. Zacharian, or also known as Devin Pierce, was 17 years old, and she was the very first person to be crowned Miss Teen USA. So a year before I was born, that was the first Miss Teen USA that they had.
Huh.
And she was 17, so she just barely missed, the cutoff there.
Dang.
1993. Now, this is about the Late Show with David Letterman. Now, I'm going to admit, I thought the Letterman show was older than this, but I guess I was wrong. Anyway, in 1993, the Late Show with David Letterman debuts. So it had its first show on CBS then, with Bill Murray being the very first guest, and Billy Joel performed on the show.
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
It is. But yeah, I thought that was interesting, and I like I said, I thought the David Letterman show was much older than 93. So
Yeah.
And then 1973, the Doors disbanded. So that's a piece of history right there that they disbanded. And then 1994, I didn't know it was this old, but Usher's debut album. So I thought Usher's first album was newer, like 98, 99, but no, it was 1994.
Huh.
And then in 1974, the final episode of the Brady Bunch aired.
In what year?
1974.
Wow.
Yeah. So that means the dad, I'm spacing his name, but the dad, that was the last time he was ever on that show and pretty much seen on camera before he passed away. And then finally in 2003, hey, the year I graduated.
You're aging yourself, babe.
I am aging myself. Charles Bronson was an older actor. He was in a bunch of action movies. He passed away at age 81. So that's all the history I have for today. Makes me think I'm in school again. So now moving on to the question I've got for you.
Mm-hmm.
Since last week we talked about reality TV and what TV show you'd be on. Now today I did movies, but here's the thing: the question is, what movie would you like to have been in? You could choose any genre, any movie, any year, and which actor or actress would you have liked to have been in that movie?
Ooh. I like to be in any comedy. And then what were you saying about actor or actress?
And the movie that you had chosen, what would you have, or what role would you have played? Like for me, one of the movies is an Adam Sandler movie. I would have loved to have been Adam Sandler.
Ooh. Yeah, Adam Sandler would be good, but I'm going. I would take Jim Carrey's spot in one of his comedies. Probably Ace Ventura.
Yeah. I mean, there was a couple I chose. I couldn't, make up my mind, but it was either Die Hard, and I wanted to be. I would have been Bruce Willis because that's going to live on forever.
Right.
That would be, and then the quote, which I can't say on camera, but yeah, that's going to live on forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one I was thinking was The Water Boy with Bobby Boucher. And I wanted to be like Adam Sandler. So, but that's pretty much the movie and actors I would have liked to have been. And then moving on to your favorite, my mom's favorite, if she was watching, but she's not. Celebrity birthdays. So, and I don't have many tonight. I was just trying to choose what, pretty much a lot of people would know who they were. So, I have a very good list here. So, we're going to start with yesterday since, we were going to do the show yesterday and I moved it today. Starting off with, I know he passed away. His birth date was 1958 to 2009. Michael Jackson.
I'm going to go 70.
No.
I don't know.
Actually, you're close. I'm not going to say you're far off, but you were close.
Okay.
Actually, he would have turned 67 yesterday.
Okay. All right.
So
I'm not too far off. Good.
No. Then we have, if you watch Glee, I never watched it, but I know a few people that have. From Glee, Rachel Berry, played by Aaliyah Michelle.
What?
Huh?
I'm going to say 46.
Wow.
I don't know.
So Sarah was closer. It's
All right.
actually 39. 46. Wow, that would have had to make her older than me. And yeah, there was no such thing as Glee up until probably 10 years ago or something.
I think it was like 2009, 2010.
Yeah, so about 15 years. And then we have from Hook, the guy who played Rufio, Dante Bosco.
From the Hook.
Yeah.
With
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. 48.
52.
Well, you're both close. He's turned 50. So both of you were up by 2.
Is Mom in today?
No. And then we have Elliot Gould, who played Jack Geller on Friends, who is Ross and Monica's dad.
70.
73.
Well, both of you are nice. He actually turned 87.
Oh, wow.
So,
hey, that's so good though.
And then again, I thought my mom was going to watch this. She was obsessed with watching the Chrisley show on USA.
Oh gosh, that
Oh,
sounds
Chris Lee knows
horrible.
best.
Yeah, it was right after Raw.
Yeah,
But
that's the only reason why I know about it.
Exactly, me too, or I wouldn't have even known. But anyway, Kyle Chrisley, who's the oldest son.
31.
35.
Chris is closer. He actually turned 34. So you're off by 1, Chris. And then going on to today, we have the singer who sings "What Will Be," Bebe Rexha,
Oh, BB Rexa.
or however you pronounce her name.
Yeah, Mm,
Or if it's meant to be, it would be. Yeah, that's what I meant.
I don't know. I'm going to say 40.
Well, you're close.
For some
Okay.
reason, I know that name, but I can't think of who it is.
The singer that sings if it's meant to be, it'll be. And she sings with that one guy. I don't know the guy's name.
42.
Actually, Chris was closer. She turned 36 today. So, and then the only other person I got for today was Cameron Diaz. Now
Who?
everybody knows who Cameron Diaz is. Come on.
Who is she again? I don't remember.
I have no idea who Cameron Diaz is. I'm sorry.
Wasn't she in that movie with the other guy?
Yeah,
I
that
don't know that guy either.
that one guy, and that girl that was.
Uh,
6.
50, 52.
Chris is closer by one. 53. So
So
close.
close, but yeah, so far.
How old did he say?
He said 52.
Oh.
And then for tomorrow, we have Chris Tucker. Again, people should know who this is.
Sports guy, right?
he's
Did he play with that Chinese guy?
yeah.
The Japanese guy? Was it Chinese or Japanese? One of those?
One of those. Jackie Chan.
No, I don't know who that is either. Sorry.
Rush Hour.
Okay. 56.
52.
Sarah's closer. Actually, both of you are the same. He's turning 54. So, so both of you are pretty close there.
Just
Then
a bit
we-
outside.
Then we have Richard Gere. I think
I've
my
heard the
mom
name.
likes Richard Gere a lot.
I've heard the name.
He was on Pretty Woman, Runaway Bride.
I'm gonna say 69.
71.
Chris, you must have a fan or something going on next to your
No?
Actually, Chris is closer. He's turning 76.
Is he really
Yeah.
that old already?
Yeah, I know. I didn't believe that he was that old when I saw the age. And then we have Larry Hankin, who played Mr. Heckles on Friends. He was Carl on Billy Madison. I think he was Carl on Billy Madison.
I'm going to say 70.
Who was it again?
Larry Hankin, he was Mr. Heckles on Friends. I believe he was Carl on Billy Madison.
I don't know who it is. I'll say 52.
Both y'all be nice. He was turning 85. And then we have Van Morrison. He made the song Brown Eyed Girl.
I've heard that song, but I haven't heard the
Brown
person.
Eyed Girl.
It's like a 50s or 60s song.
Yeah. Brown Eyed Girl.
So he's like 60. Is he still alive? 89.
86.
Chris was closer, 80. And then we have Debbie Gibson,
Why do I know that name?
80s singer. She was actually on the newer New Kids on the Block single. Yeah, but Debbie Gibson. Boys in the band.
87.
Wow.
56.
Sarah's closer. She's turning 55. Oh, Chris. No,
I gotta give one out of the park answer, I guess.
Now everybody knows this former WWE wrestler. Him and his brother are now in TNA. Jeff Hardy.
I can't answer that because
40.
he's talking about him
Let me
earlier.
say 45.
Close. He's turning 48.
Okay, I was gonna say he's been in it for a while, and there's one part or a point in his career where he was in wrestling when he probably wasn't supposed to be.
Probably. They were real young when they started out. So and then the last one I have is Mickey James.
I'm gonna go 40.
Chris says 40.
51.
So that's at 51. Actually, she's turning 46. So she's not much older than me. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have for birthdays tonight. We're gonna go ahead and move on to our 10 or less. Anyway, first one we're gonna talk about is Will Ferrell.
Who's that again?
What was that?
I don't recognize that. I don't recognize that name. Who is that again?
Yeah, I wish I didn't recognize that name. So anyway, talk about Will Ferrell. Go ahead and name off your Will Ferrell movies.
So I got Anchorman, the first one. Elf, Talladega Nights. Of course, we mentioned it earlier. Step Brothers. Blades of Glory. Zoolander. And Kicking and Screaming. That's my list.
That's a good list. I did my list a little differently because honestly, just like Tom Cruise, Will Ferrell drives me insane. I know he's a comedian, but still drives me insane. So
Why is that?
I don't know. Just it could be the sound of his voice. It could be his. I don't know, but can't stand him. But what I did was I did put down the movies that he is in, and I like the movies. I just don't like him. And something like Step Brothers, like you said that we mentioned a little while ago. Wedding Crashers, because he's in there. Old Old School, Boat Trip, Zoolander. I forgot he was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but yeah, I like him, or I like that movie. And, Night of the Roxbury. So, I mean, that's kind of my list. You got one? No. So, not a very popular favorite of mine, but, I think it was mentioned to me to do Will Ferrell, so yeah, it was. So that's why I went ahead and did it.
I asked you to do it, but with meetings, like I haven't been able to look up my list. I do like Step Brothers. That was probably one of my favorites.
All right, and then let's go to our next one, Lindsay Lohan. I know there's not going to be a lot of movies from Lindsay Lohan, because if people remember correctly, Lindsay Lohan got into a lot of legal trouble and ended up in rehab and multiple times, and all that. So there was a certain time period that she was not able to act, but I did have some movies down for her. But you could go ahead, Chris.
Okay. So the movies I have are Mean Girls, Freaky Friday, Parent Trap, Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, Herbie Fully Loaded. Let's see. That's pretty much it.
All right, cool. Mine, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Scary Movie 5. I think that's 5, 4 or 5. She was also in Machete. I liked her in that. I Know Who Killed Me. She was good in that one. Mean Girls. I mean, like I said, she hadn't really done many movies, so we're gonna end up, matching a lot of them. Freaky Friday and The Parent Trap. So, yeah. And then our final list, we have summertime songs, any genre, any year. Pretty much the summer's ending. In fact, some states already have their kids going back to school. I know our kids are going to school this Tuesday starting out. So summer's pretty much over. I'm kind of sad about it.
It went too quick.
Huh?
It went too quick.
It did. I honestly think it did. But so I figured to close out the summer, let's just do, a category of 10 or less for favorite summertime songs. It doesn't even have to have the name summer in it, just, vibes, whatever. But yeah, summertime songs. Go ahead.
All right. So I got Summer of '69. I guess Surfing USA. You have Despacito. Let's see. Vacation. And Walking on Sunshine.
Those are good songs. Definitely know a lot of them. And then mine, I'm gonna go along with like School's Out with Alice Cooper. Summer Girls by LFO. I've also got Cruel Summer, but and some people would probably laugh at me for saying that, but Cruel Summer by Bananarama, really good song. Cool for the Summer by, I'm spacing her name. Demi Lovato, that's also a good song. And then I have I had all this down. I mean, there's a lot of summer songs. All Summer Long by Kid Rock. So I mean, it's like I said, it's sad to see summer go, because I definitely did not. It didn't last. There was a bunch of stuff that we wanted to do, couldn't do it, and summer ended. So anyway, actually, that's pretty much all I got for tonight. Usually we're over an hour, but I mean, reached the hour mark yet. I mean, do you have anything? Actually, hold, before I ask you, there is something else. There is a whole list of celebrities out there, and it's mostly music artists that are actually being investigated right now. In fact, they are re-investigating, or I guess kind of reopening cases for Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston, as well as a ton of celebrities and music artists are getting investigated because of the whole P. Diddy thing. I guess there is a lot of celebrities out there that are running away. They're going into hiding. I think I remembered seeing one celebrity being Leonardo DiCaprio. Photos are emerging and coming out into the light. And Leonardo DiCaprio is actually one of them that they're going to investigate, because of the fact of, like I said, photos are and testimonies are coming out more and more. So the Hollywood and music scene is going to start shaking a little bit because of everything going on with the whole P. Diddy thing. And then he had a 50 mil, I don't remember the number, but he had a very large bail amount. And that was denied. How much? Yeah.
Wasn't he released recently though?
No, he keeps trying to get released, but they refuse. But yeah, he had a $50 million bail, and it's just everybody's refusing to let P. Diddy out. So, like I said, you're gonna end up seeing celebrities running and hiding. You're gonna see some music singers running and hiding, and the music world and the entertainment world altogether is probably gonna end up doing some shaking while investigations are going on about this whole P. Diddy thing. So I wanted to bring that up. That was just brought to my attention. Chris, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, if it's true, I don't know what would happen, but at the same time, I've kind of heard, there could be a list, there could not be a list. I don't know. You could probably pay someone off to say there's no list. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, let's see. Hold on. I mean, I know the Kardashians. Now that I'm remembering, the Kardashians are on that list. Let's see. You have Cuba Gooding Jr. Oh wait, that's a different thing. Never mind. But anyway, yeah, you have a lot of singers, actors, actresses that are trying to find where the actual list is from the news. But Kanye West, which I knew about that. Let's see. So anyway, I'm not gonna get into this entire list, especially because right at the moment I can't find all of it. But yeah, definitely gonna shake up the entertainment world right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Drake's part of it. Um, I just saw a picture of Michael Jackson and P Diddy, Prince. Um, Britney Spears was part of it. So yeah. Anyway, the list goes on and on. Anyway, I'm not gonna keep this going over that. Just know that there's gonna probably be some changes and some celebrities that are in trouble.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I guess that would be it. So, Chris, go ahead and give your last words.
Yeah. Thanks everyone watching, tuning in if you're watching live or on the replay. But thank you for tuning in. Good show. Enjoy, NFL football this week. NFL season starts. College started this week. You got Clash in Paris tomorrow morning, afternoon. So enjoy all of that and enjoy your week.
Sounds good. Thank you, Chris. And yeah, everybody that is watching, thank you for watching. If y'all watching, go ahead. Don't be afraid. Go ahead and comment. Hey, we'll read your comments, and that does help a lot with our shows. So, and yeah, definitely gonna follow a little bit more about what's going on in the entertainment world and bring something up about it next week here on Entertainment Hours. So for my co-host Chris and I and Sarah, hopefully she gets better. Just want to thank everybody for again watching, and I hope everybody has a good night and a good weekend. And we're out.